Hi everyone, and welcome to the third video in this series about revision strategies. Here we're looking at how you can make the most of the time that you have got left before your exams to have the biggest impact on your knowledge. Now, in today's video, we're looking at flashcards, and you probably already want to turn this video off because I know that you will be thinking, but Miss, flashcards don't work. This is something that my students say to me all the time, and I say to them, right, we're going to use them in lessons, and I'm going to prove to you flashcards do work. Okay, and I haven't found a student yet whose mind I haven't changed on this one. So I do agree to some extent that flashcards don't work if you make them and then you don't use them. How many of you have got flashcards shoved underneath your bed, at the bottom of your bag, in the back of a drawer that actually you don't use? Well, they're not going to work if you don't use them. They won't work if you put far too much information on them. It needs to be short and snappy. And they won't work if you just keep them in one big pile because that's going to look really unmanageable. So yes, I agree, they don't work if you do them like that. Now I'm going to show you how to make them work. So the first thing you need to do is create your flashcards. Now, in the previous video on mind maps, I showed you how to identify the information that you don't know. That's really what you want to focus on here. And then you make your flashcards from that information. Okay, so check out the previous video if you're not sure. An alternative would be to get your knowledge organizer and use the knowledge organizer to create your flashcards. So it could be focusing on key vocabulary, on key quotations, on what the characters do in the play or the novel that we're studying. Or you could get a revision guide or an exercise book and use that to get the information to create your flashcards. On the front of the card, you write your question. So questions normally start with what, how, where, who, when, why would be another one. Or for English, you could have the sentence starter finish the quotation, or it could say analyze this quotation. Then you put the answer on the back of the flashcard. Now make sure that the question and the answer are really short and really specific. You don't want to waffle on a flashcard, and you can see the examples that I've got on the screen. Finish the quotation like a satellite, and then on the back it will say wrench from its orbit, go drifting away, or give a quotation about acceptance in walking away. And then there's one quotation on the back of that card. Then put the topic title in the corner as well, or you could color code your cards by topic. So you could get yourself along to the supermarket. I was going to say Tesco's, but other ones are available. Get yourself to the supermarket where you can buy packs of flashcards, which are in different colors of card. So you could color code your cards by topic as well, so that you can organize them a little bit better. Okay, so once you've made your flashcards, what you need to do is use them little and often. I agree that they won't work if you try and do them all in one big kind of blast the night before an exam. That will not work for you. But little and often, 5 or 10 minutes a day with your pack of flashcards for English, and then 5 or 10 minutes a day with your ones for chemistry, and 5 or 10 minutes a day for your ones for physics and drama and art and French or whatever it is that you're studying for your exams. So little and often works best. Separate your cards into two piles. So a pile of cards that you know, and then a pile of cards that you don't know. Now, the ones that you don't know, that's the most important pile that you've got. And you want to practice those ones every single day. And then when you start to get the answers right, you move those cards into the pile of cards that you do know. And hopefully what you'll notice if you do this every day is that the pile of cards that you do know is growing and the pile of cards that you don't know will be getting smaller. Then that pile of cards that you do know, you don't just chuck them away or forget about them. You need to review those every week or so just to make sure that that information is still in your head, and then review them the night before the exam, review them on the morning, on the bus on the way to the exam, whatever. But you shouldn't get rid of those ones that you do know. You need to keep going over them. And then when I say practice the cards, what I mean is you get your stack of cards, you maybe set a timer for 5 minutes or whatever, keep it short, keep it snappy, and then you look at the card, read the question in your head, think what the answer is, flip it over and check the answer. Now, if you've got the answer kind of right, that stays in the pile of cards that you don't know. If you've got it absolutely bang on, then you put it into the pile of cards that you don't know. And so you flip through all of your cards like that, see how many you can get done in your 5 minutes, use the timer to keep it snappy, and then hopefully you will see that you will start to learn that information and remember it a little bit better. If there's ones that you're getting really stuck on, then chant it to yourself or work with a parent or a carer or a friend, a brother or sister, whatever, to help you go over that particular card again and again and again. You could also do this with your friends at break time, lunchtime, whatever, on the bus, with a family member to help you, or you can do it silently on your own. Totally up to you. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. In the next video, we're going to look at how to use past papers to then apply this information that you're learning to an exam context.